if they are your customers and they love you and they recommend your products either way, if you sprinkle that with some financial incentives and some guidance and tools, then this is where you can hack word of mouth.
Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of the E-commerce Evolution Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Curry, CEO of OMG Commerce, and today we're talking about building an affiliate army, leaning in a little bit to influencer marketing and affiliate marketing and the content that comes from that. And so I'm so excited about this topic and my guest. My guest is Tomer Hin. He's the CEO and co-founder of Switch Supplements, and he's also the founder of Massive Influence. They provide coaching and consulting for influencer and affiliate marketing. And so I believe Tomer and I first met at Ryan Daniel Moran's Lake House, if I'm not mistaken, talking about the Capitalism Fund and some other fun stuff, and that's where we connected. And so with that intro, Tomer, welcome to the show, man, and how's it going?
Hi, Brad. How's it going? Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, dude, it's going great. Excited to talk about affiliate marketing. Love Switch Supplements. And for those that are not familiar, what is Switch Supplements? Kind of who are you gearing your products toward, and what products do you offer?
Yeah. So we're on a mission to help high performers, entrepreneurs to crush their days, to feel at their best and sleep at their best. We have a line of natural nootropic supplements. Our flagship product is called Kill Switch. It's a hot chocolate sleep supplement that knocks you out and make you feel really good in the morning.
That's awesome. And then another product that I've tried that is coming back soon. We'll maybe tease it a little bit if you're allowed to do that on the podcast. But On Switch, can you talk a little bit about that product?
Yeah, On Switch is our morning focus and flow supplement, and the reason why we are creating version 3 is because the product tastes really bad, but people love how it makes them feel. So many people could bear the taste because they loved how it made them feel. But now we want to create an excellent product that also tastes really good. So right now, focusing on Kill Switch, growing this product. People love it. And next in line, we're going to have On Switch 3.0 and some other products in the line.
Super exciting. And yeah, I can attest to that with On Switch. I'm one of those people though, like if I know something is healthy and it's creating a desired benefit for me, like I will drink pond water. I believe you got a palate where like I can tell if like, hey, this is premium coffee or cheap coffee, or this is, good quality sushi or not. Like, I've got a refined palate a little bit, but dude, if it's healthy, I will drink anything. And so On Switch does work, but I'm excited about version 3 that will be enjoyable to consume as well. So gonna get into building an affiliate army and influencer marketing because you've really leveraged this to create some impressive growth with Switch. And so we're going to dive into that. But first, Tomer, what's your background? Because you said something kind of crazy to me as we were getting ready for this. How long have you been doing affiliate marketing?
Basically, since I remember. So I've been an affiliate marketer myself since I was 13, which is 17 years ago. Then I turned into helping other companies, bigger companies, to build their own affiliate programs while I was promoting the good old ClickBank offers. And then I had an agency for about 11 years. And in 2020, I decided that I really want to build a physical product brand. And I decided to combine my experience with performance marketing and affiliate marketing with my new passion for physical product brands.
Love it, man. Love it. So I want to dive into the how. We're gonna get tactical and practical on the pod and show people, kind of how to create an affiliate army and influencer army. But first, the why. Like, why are you doing this? And maybe even talk about specifically why did you do this for Switch?
Right. So for Switch, it started after we basically ran out of cash trying to make our ads profitable. And as you know better than me, that Supplements are very hard to promote on
They
Meta.
are.
Many brands are crushing it, but many brands will pay a $200 CPA to acquire a customer. So for a new brand to compete with those giants, it cost us a lot of money, and we came to a point where we had no cash, we had inventory, and we had a really good product. And we knew that, and that was the frustrating part. We knew that when people try our product, they love it. We had a really good repeat buyers rate, but we had no money to get it out there. So we decided to use the inventory that we've had to send it over to influential people that our audience trusts and likes, and let them try Kill Switch. And if they like it, we can create a relationship with them, and they might even give us a shout out. And this is how we were able to create that social proof and attract more customers and more customers, to a point where we sold out completely without running a single ad, just by working back then with about 40 influencers that we never paid for, by the way. They were all promoting us because they love the product. Some of them got some commissions right after, but we had no money to pay up front, so we didn't.
It's amazing, and you really hit on an important point. And we've done a lot of marketing for supplements. I mentioned at the outset, I'm a believer in supplements. I take different mushrooms and of course multivitamins and all kinds of stuff. I've always been into supplements, but it's not easy to sell, right? You compare supplements to other D2C categories like apparel or accessories. You can show it, right? It's visible, it's visual. Like I can see the ring, I can see the pants, I can see the sweatshirt. If it's something automotive, which we've done a lot in the automotive space, I can see the before and after on the car, truck, or SUV. Like I can see it and I can say, I want that. But with supplements, it's like, hey, do you want this jar of stuff that tastes terrible? Or do you want to swallow more pills? No, I don't want to swallow more pills, right? So obviously you're leaning into the benefit, and you're trying to make this USP and this value prop really clear, but sometimes it's difficult. It is difficult, and it's difficult to say that in a way that's believable. And so what's great about affiliates or influencers for supplements especially is if you, Tomer, as the founder of Switch, say, I love Kill Switch. It allows me to have the best sleep of my life, and I wake up refreshed, and it also, plus it tastes like a tasty cup of hot cocoa. Like that means something, and people will pay attention. It's not bad, but it pales in comparison to a real user talking about it, especially if they talk about it in an authentic way. And so we talked about earlier, like, what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention. So like you needed something to work, and you needed it to be free. And so you leaned into what you knew, and you found affiliates and found influencers. So how did you go about doing that? Armed with just a great product and not a lot of cash, how did you go find the right people?
Right. Luckily, relationships are completely free. So you can reach out to influencers if you choose the right influencers, and you reach out to them the right way and offer them to try your product. If they like it and you nurture that relationship, then many of them or some of them will post about it. And that creates the first awareness to your brand. When you create a relationship with what I call the high purchase intent influencers, as in not the generalist lifestyle influencer, but someone that I follow to get advice on a certain niche or topic, let's say nootropics or biohacking, and they post about a supplement that they tried and liked, and I have the same problem, I would probably at least check out your Instagram page. Maybe I will follow your page. Some of them will click the link and will buy the product right away. But we created that awareness. We created a lead flow. We were able to grow our email list just by having other people saying good things about us. Now, these could be our customers, and we got a lot of referrals from our customers, and we got a lot of repeat buyers. But that's another level to have a person with an influence with even as little as 5,000 followers, but those followers really trust what they have to say. We're able to get more sales. We get more testimonials, more proof for our Instagram page. Our emails worked better. And this is just how it snowballed.
Yeah, one of my favorite definitions or favorite quotes about marketing is it's a transfer of confidence, right? Confidence from either the founder of the brand saying, no, I know this product is amazing, it'll change your life, and I'm transferring that confidence to you so that you'll purchase. But that is easier done by an influencer in a lot of ways. And I like Andrew Huberman. I think he's the Huberman Labs podcast is awesome. If he recommended a supplement, I would give it some serious consideration, right? I would immediately jump from, hey, this is no longer just a jar of pills. This is something that is likely trusted to create this result. And that's what you created with these influencers. These are people, maybe they're micro influencers, obviously not as big as Andrew Huberman, but to their audience, trusted, and immediately that transfer of trust is quick and it's received well. And so I really like that. You talked about, you kind of went from 0 to I think 30K in sales in 8 weeks, and I believe it was 30K recurring, if I'm not mistaken. But what did that look like, and how did that kind of go down? I know you've already kind of touched on it a little bit, but fill in some of the gaps there. How did you go from 0 to 30K?
Yeah, so that's actually a story that I'm really proud with one of my clients, and they launched the product at the end of December, and the 2 months prior to that, they started sending DMs to influencers in that space. That was the pet space, and started sharing about their upcoming launch. Those influencers, because they build their relationship in an authentic way, that person never asked them to do anything, started posting about a product they'd never even received, just because the communication was so well, the mission of the brand, the content they've created, and those influencers just wanted to be a part of it. So they started building hype before the product was even on Amazon. Now, once the product was live on Amazon, about 60 influencers posted about it without even an affiliate link. They just said, we tried this product, we like it. By the way, you can get it on Amazon. Guess what many people did? They went on Amazon and they bought the product, which got this brand the #1 new release badge on Amazon. And they immediately went to, I think it was, can't remember the number of sales, but that was about $1,000 a day in sales. That was just 8 weeks or 6 weeks after their launch. Now, 2 or 3 months later, they're already pacing 60K a month. And obviously, once you get the ranking on Amazon and you're getting the reviews, now it just snowballs.
It's a flywheel at that point.
Exactly. But this was a really cool example of how building relationships with just a few influencers in your space can lead to not so many posts. I mean, we have clients who are getting hundreds and hundreds of posts every month, but just 60 posts were enough to create traction on Amazon that snowballed into becoming $60,000 a month.
Which is great for a new product launch. I mean, even an established brand that's doing tens of millions of dollars, you launch a new product and you immediately get that to $60,000 a month in sales. That's great, and then you keep building and growing from there, and it really can add some nice incremental value. So how are you executing on this? So where are you finding the influencers? Are these Amazon influencers? Are you leaning mostly into TikTok? Where are you finding them? And then it sounds like you're giving them product, no strings attached. Maybe in some cases not even asking them to post, or what does that look like?
Yeah. So first we start with a non-transactional relationship, 100% authentic. Our #1 rule is that we do not negotiate with influencers. I don't want any influencer who starts negotiating with us on their rate card before they even tried our product, because you could sense that they would probably promote any product that would pay the right price, and they probably lost their audience's trust. So we start by saying, hey, this is us. That's our story. That's what we created. We love your content. Would you like to get a free product on us? No strings attached. And we really expect them to do nothing. When it comes to finding them, I get this question a lot of which is the best platform to find influencers at. I would say there really isn't the right platform. It's kind of like asking what is the best platform to post content on. I would say first, where your audience hangs out. That was maybe an assumption for 2 years ago, but nowadays on TikTok, everybody's on TikTok. Your audience is on TikTok. There is less competition on the non-traditional audiences on TikTok, for example. So I would say just focus on a platform or a social platform that you can stick to. that you like the content, you like what they post, you can post more content yourself because obviously those influencers will tag your page. So people would need to see some content over there, and just focus there. I would suggest the blanket answer would be to focus on Instagram and TikTok. People always ask me what software do you use and what tools and AI. Honestly, I've never found a better tool than a well-trained VA to a virtual assistant to find influencers for you manually, because the algorithms of TikTok and Instagram just work so well. So if you know 3 to 5 ideal influencers in your niche, you can use the algorithms that are completely free to find hundreds and thousands of them.
That's great. That's right. And now I know you primarily, especially with Switch, and sounds like with some of your clients, you're utilizing this content for organic plays, right? And I think it makes all the sense in the world. The more you lean into organic, the better. Even if you're crushing it on ads, which, we're an agency that leans into the ad space. I'm a big believer in paid because there's a lot of control there, a lot of scale there. But man, you got to layer in, I believe, some organic to really kind of create stability, and it can accelerate and amplify anything you do on the paid side. But then there's also this component of, hey, I'm creating great content that's organic. Now I can grab that, I can mash that up or use it as a standalone. Now I've got almost this infinite supply of great creatives that I can use for my ads, and then I can really scale them to the moon. So any advice or thoughts there on taking influencer content and turning it into great ads?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Many of the clients that I work with, their number one goal is, I just need more content for ads. I'm sick of paying getting fake UGC from all these platforms. They don't work well. I'm sick of creating content myself. I just want authentic, 100% authentic content that I can use for my ads, because my ad team is driving me nuts and they always ask for more ads. So for many brands who run ads at a large scale, that's our main goal. I always say, that's great. Use the same system, drive sales to offset for the free products that you send and the operational cost. And now you're getting content completely for free. And you would probably also make money in the back end with the direct sales that you will get from those posts. What I'm saying is that this is a great way for you to also test which creatives would work well before you spend any dollars behind. So you can take your top 10, 20% of influencer posts that have driven the most sales or engagement, and then use them for your ad campaigns. Many brands are trying everything and anything that they get from influencers, but they get more data when they see, oh, that post drove so many sales. It probably resonated. The other thing is that you can also come to an agreement with the influencer that they will whitelist your account, and you'll be able to promote that content from their handle, which calls whitelisting, which would make it even more effective. And then the other thing, and that's also a very common question that I get, is, do I get to use the content? Do I get the usage rights? Because many brands are used to pay for usage rights. The beauty is that when you start with a non-transactional relationship and an influencer that could charge, let's say, $1,000 for a post, did it for you for free, in 95% of the cases, they will also give you the usage rights and allow you to use it in other areas as well. So when you follow that relationship first system and you're not trying to extract something out of them, you just get it. You get the posts, you get the usage rights, you get referrals. You really don't need to ask them for anything, including the usage rights.
Yeah, it's so good, man. And I love that first point, especially where you're talking about, hey, understanding which pieces of creative from an organic standpoint did the best. And then leaning into those first for ads makes all the sense in the world. So I was just at Google Marketing Live and talking to some of the product specialists, product managers behind YouTube Shopping. And we'll see how that does. It's designed to be YouTube's answer to TikTok Shops. But that's one of the things they do is they say, hey, now as you have influencers who are tagging you and talking about your products on YouTube, you can see what performs the best, and then you can run ads to that directly within YouTube. And listen, I think the name of the game now with ads, especially on Meta and TikTok, but to a lesser degree on YouTube Shorts, you need to just test a lot of different things, right? You find quality in the quantity, and so you got to be able to test a lot of things. But being able to start with, hey, we know these 10 or 15 or 30 creatives did really well organically. Let's put money behind those first. And sometimes, listen, sometimes you'll find kind of a diamond in the rough that this one influencer just didn't take off for whatever reason. Maybe their audience wasn't big enough, but what they said was gold. Test that too, but start with the things that had great organic reach and great organic performance, and lean into those first as ads. That's just an awesome strategy to both lean into organic and paid traffic.
Yeah, completely agree.
Awesome. So you talked about a little bit about this idea of hacking word of mouth, and I've always been a big believer in word of mouth, right? I think that's kind of the thing that can sustain a brand and accelerate growth once you get to a certain level. It's something, I got my start as just a kid doing like radio advertising and talking to local business owners, local shop owners, and they always talked about, hey, my favorite form of advertising is word of mouth, which makes sense. It's just slow and it's kind of hard to control. You got to have a great product and great service. But you talk about hacking word of mouth. What does that mean, and what does that look like?
I think that many people can get caught up with definitions. They ask, what's the difference between an affiliate and a brand ambassador and an influencer and a partner? And I would say it doesn't really matter how you call them. This is just a person saying good things about your brand and your product to other people. So this person could have an audience, but they could also have 200 followers on Instagram. They could be very active in a WhatsApp group. They could be really active in a PDA or whatever it is. And if they are your customers and they love you and they recommend your products either way, if you sprinkle that with some financial incentives and some guidance and tools that will make them see this as a financial opportunity for them, but also as a way to recommend a product they love to other people in their lives, then this is where you can hack word of mouth. You can turn someone who's a raving fan, who's already a raving fan, and you can add some financial incentives to it, and with a few processes just to make them excited and reminded that it exists. And they're probably not going to get you tens of thousands of dollars in referrals each, but some of them will have a small audience. Many of them will drive 1, 2, 3 referrals to you. And if you do that at scale, this can really add up. I work with a high 8-figure supplement brand, and they have tens of thousands of their customers join their affiliate program, and they have hundreds and hundreds of them. They drop hundreds of dollars each in sales, and none of them have an audience. They mostly post it on their personal accounts. They post it on different groups that they're at. Sometimes they send it on as a text message. But it's not about those, hey, here's take $5 coupon for every referral that you make. We've all seen that, and all of your customers have seen that, and this is really boring. This is about creating a real opportunity for them to make some little extra money by promoting a product that they like. And since most brands have those loyalty programs or referral programs, when you treat them as your partners, when you treat them as real affiliates, this is where you create contests and you celebrate their success and you send them more free products and you add them to a closed community of your VIP customers / affiliates, and you treat them as such. You can build a group of raving fans that will become your best brand advocates. And I've seen this over and over with brands. Some of them, again, high 8 figures. Some of them are way smaller than that.
Yeah, it's so cool. And when you do this, it makes everything better, right? You can use this content for email marketing, SMS marketing, for YouTube, for Google, for TikTok and Instagram and Meta. And so highly recommend leaning into this. Now, how does someone like your 8-figure supplement brand client, how do they get such a huge army of people that are now kind of affiliates and ambassadors? Like, how do you go from zero to this massive army?
Yeah, so I would say with your customers, most of them obviously will not turn to become affiliates. And even if they are, most of them will not drive sales. But you really just want the top 5% that love your products and will recommend them either way, even without getting paid. Again, when you top that with a financial incentive, now they have the incentive to keep doing that. So first, you need to offer that. You need to have a very lucrative offer for them. So you need to show them, hey, if you refer us 10 friends, you might be making $200 from it. And for someone who's not doing this for a living, this is a lot of money. This is not an influencer that does this for a living. Now, if they're also able to get perks that they are not able to get unless they become your affiliate and refer you some sales, like exclusive product drops or early access to new products or a lifetime discount for your products or even priority support. So this is how you build a community of anything between 20 to 500 or 1,000 of your raving customers to become your best salespeople.
That's awesome. So I want to kind of transition, and we talked about TikTok Shops a minute ago, but let's look at this TikTok and Amazon flywheel. So something you were kind of telling me about, and I know a lot of your brands, the Amazon is a huge driver of sales for almost all OMG clients. They're multi-channel, right? They're D2C through Shopify or another platform. They're marketplace, which is mostly Amazon, and then a lot of them are also D2C in store as well. But what is this Amazon TikTok flywheel?
Yeah. So I'll start with a little story. We've neglected Amazon for a very long time, ever since we started Switch. And this is why our sales were really low every month. Sometimes we had like really, really low sales. Then one day in this January, we got a post by a larger influencer in our space, and he promoted Kill Switch to our Shopify store on his Instagram page. We got more sales on Amazon that month than we got in the past 6 months right after he posted our Shopify link on his Instagram, but we had such big spillover into Amazon. All of that awareness went straight to Amazon. People preferred to buy there, and we made 6x our regular monthly run rate. Now, the interesting part is that up until now, we are getting almost the same amount of sales because that external traffic we send over to Amazon now rewards us in the algorithm. So we rank higher. We never touch our listing. We never ran any PPC or optimize the listing, but we still get more and more sales on Amazon. So now that we see the potential, maybe we should focus on Amazon and, get some more reviews and work on our listing and optimize. But we're able to get it just from that single post to, I think our growth rate this year is 171% more than last year. And we did nothing on Amazon, like zero, no SEO, no listing optimization, any of that. Now, in the past few months, we also had many more influencers, probably smaller influencers than that person, who also posted about us. And every time they do that, we get more sales on Amazon. Now, if you combine that with TikTok, and you know that TikTok prefers TikTok Shop videos and products because they want to push TikTok Shop, that means that you can get more of that exposure on TikTok. A lot of that exposure will spill over to Amazon. So if you work, for example, with a TikTok Shop affiliate and you pay them a 20% commission or 30% commission, but you are getting 3x the sales coming to Amazon, you pay zero commission for, you will rank up higher in the algorithm, and you only pay that affiliate, the effective commission is much, much, much lower. So knowing that and tracking that, now you're able to maybe offer your next affiliates 50% or 40%. So they will promote you even more because you know that for every sale they drive directly on TikTok Shop, you're getting 3 more on Amazon or even on Shopify. So you can win when other brands are trying to negotiate between 15% to 20%. You know that if you build this flywheel correctly, then you will have all that spillover coming to Amazon.
It's so smart, and we see this in a number of different categories, right? You push really hard on Meta or Instagram ads, you see a lift on Amazon, even if you're sending all the traffic to your Shopify store. We see this on YouTube all the time. Once an account gets to 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 or more in monthly YouTube spend, Amazon sales really increase for that brand. And I've shared this before on the podcast, but a buddy of mine is in the infomercial space, and so does a lot of TV placements for infomercials. And what they expect now, when a new product is launched via infomercial, what they expect is that 50% of the sales from that infomercial will be on Amazon. 30% will be from the .com, so from the online store. And then 20% will be from the phone and or other outreach. And so it's just super interesting that even if you're not mentioning Amazon, people see a product that they really want. For most people, e-commerce equals Amazon. I'm going to go to Amazon and make my purchase there. I'm at least going to check. And that's another really good reason to be on Amazon, because what we found with some brands is if you're not there, but there's a product that's pretty close, some people will just end up buying that. So if you're doing any kind of top of funnel activities, influencer, affiliate, whatever, you are driving traffic to Amazon, whether you intend to or not.
That's correct. And I will also add that influencers create awareness. Most people will not buy right away. And most people who would end up buying the product after they've been exposed to your product through an influencer post will buy after they sign up to your email list, or they followed your page, or they bought it on Amazon, or their search name or Google. So you always see more organic sales once you have more influencer posts. Even if the direct affiliate sales are not as high, we always see more direct sales coming right away. Now, the beauty is that if you can also add a system that we call it the DM funnel, where you can convert that awareness into leads. So you can capture leads, and then you can grow your email list, send more social proof to them until they eventually buy. Now you can use, when you see influencers as such, and you have a way to convert that awareness into leads and sales, you move them through the funnel. Now it unlocks opportunities that most brands are not exposed to, because again, they're calculating their affiliate commission based on their margin on the direct sale. But knowing that that most of your sales will come from the spillover, whether it's Amazon or whether people will just Google your name or search your name on Instagram and follow your page and then buy a week later or a month later. So the money is really not in the direct sales. It is in how good the systems are to get more indirect sales from the free awareness that you're getting from influencers.
It makes a ton of sense. And I think one important thing to remind people of is, if you're investing in any kind of advertising, there is a CPA there. You're paying obviously for those acquisitions. And so my thought is you should at least be willing to pay that amount to an affiliate, right? Because the nice thing with an affiliate is you're only paying if they actually make a sale. And if they don't, you pay nothing. But to your point, because there is that halo effect, the lift when affiliate or an influencer really posts content, we're going to see more than just the directly attributed sales. Be more generous there, right? Again, there's not really any risk because you're only paying if a sale happens. So really, really insightful, Tomer. This has been awesome. As we kind of wrap up, any final tips or pieces of advice, or if not, like where can people connect with you?
Yeah, I would say first, give it a try. You don't have to start in full-fledged. Just reach out to a few influencers, have a few conversations, and see how it goes. Just get the feedback first and build the relationships. I mean, we have a system that we follow that will attract your ideal influencers to post more content for you so you get more sales. But if you want to start it yourself, you can do that. I'm here to help brands cut the learning curve. And I do that through my newsletter. So if you want to get my free newsletter, I send daily insights on how brands grow their sales with influencers and affiliates. That's at massiveinfluence.co. And you also get my influencers checklist, which is basically daily actions that you can take within your brand to start getting sales from influencers and affiliates. So massive influence.
Yeah, it's a really interesting angle where it's like, hey, with some things like YouTube ads as an example, a few others, like you kind of got to go a little bit all in. I mean, you can still test obviously, but you got to do quite a bit or else it's not even worth trying. But the nice thing about this is, yeah, you can try it, right? You can reach out to a few affiliates. Like you can try to get the ball rolling a little bit and see how it does. But I do recommend, obviously this podcast is a great starting point, but dig into some of Tomer's content and his newsletter to really accelerate that learning curve and get you off to the races sooner. So, Tomer, this has been brilliant, man. Thank you so much for taking the time, and you got me all fired up to build an affiliate program.
Thank you so much, Brad. It was great, and good luck to everybody.
Awesome. And as always, we appreciate you. We could not do this show without you. There'd be no point, right? And so would love to get that review from you on iTunes if you've not done so already. And with that, until next time, thank you for listening.